Hi everyone, it's the Lovewell Real Estate team here with our monthly market update. I'm Margaret Hanson and we have Louise Lovewell and Katie Lovewell. And Katie's going to share her screen and show us about sales and what's going on in our area.
All right. So again, these numbers are provided by Bay East, our local real estate association, and we're going to start in the south part of Alameda County in the city of Fremont. And what we're seeing for a lot of the cities in the Bay Area or the Alameda County and a little bit of Contra Costa is they are already hitting a peak, which generally we see a peak more in May, but a lot of them have already hit a peak in March or April, some even sooner. So we definitely see that happening in Fremont. Definitely seemed like it hit its median peak of a median sales price back in April. You can see pendings actually went down from April to May and actives went up. So at this rate, it seems like prices may continue to go down, but then they could swing back up. So we'll see many other cities. Okay, Hayward had a peak in February and then a peak again in the median sales price in May. And also interesting to be that it was higher than any point last year, or at least going back a year. And its pendings went up from 43 to 49, and actives also went up from 74 to 87. Okay, San Leandro had a bit of a peak in January and then a big drop, a correction, and then we're right back up. We do see that pendings went up 29 and actives only went up by one. So it would seem like it could keep going up, but at the same time, like the median sales price is higher than anything over since the past, going back to May of last year. So it also may correct as we see many other cities have already done. Okay. And Castro Valley had a peak in March with the median sales price. Pending stayed the same from 26 to 26 from the end of April to the end of May. And actives went down by two from 34 to 32. Oakland had a peak in March, and we actually see the median sales price is higher again, like than it has been in a while, or at least in the past since last May. And pendings went up a good amount, almost 30, from 156 to 183, and actives just went up from 348 to 354. So, like San Leandro, the prices could keep going up, but it's also again pretty high for where historically. So there also could be a correction. Okay, Alameda had much more fluctuations than all the other cities. Definitely been a roller coaster over there. So we tell so many of the sellers, I mean, you just got to understand real estate as a market and things can shift, as you can see, very fast from one month to the next. So peak in November and then down in December, up in January, down in March. It's very consistent, like very nice little wave there in terms of like the lows and the highs. So it's interesting. And the pendings remain the same from 24 at the end of April to 24 at the end of May. And actives did slightly increase from 35 to 40. So again, we might see that maybe that wave is gonna go right back down with those prices. All right, Berkeley, again, such different shapes in these cities. We definitely did not quite haven't reached the peak that we did see, in last May, but we do see there was a slight peak in April and prices are coming back down. But pendings did go up by from 42 to 52, and actives actually went down from 71 to 62. So we could definitely see that shift back up. We'll see next month. And for Lafayette, there was a very big peak in March. Definitely, again, like comparing to where it was, through May of last year, definitely seems to be pretty high. And pendings went up from 26 to 27, and the actives went from 37 to 49. So, right, it definitely seems like it's going up, and maybe it will continue going up. The actives increasing more than the pendings could also change that around. Okay, moving on to Pleasanton. Definitely had a peak in February and straight back down in March, but right back up in April. And May continue that trend from April. But the pendings did go down from 39 at the end of April to 31, the end of May. And actives went up from 66 to 78. So definitely I would maybe expect to see that shift back down for the median sales price. And lastly, the city we present will be Livermore, which also had it seems like a peak in February. It's like right between the two, between January and February. And it seems like things are going back up, but Pending also went down from 54 to 53, and actives went up from 90 to 100. So like Pleasanton, I definitely might expect to see that curve shift down for the median sales price. Um, Anything else, ladies, that you've seen or you would like to share with the market?
Been kind of watching, like the open houses and it's just kind of interesting. I mean, I would say that there's definitely a steady flow of buyers coming through. And my last broker tour, the one on Hathaway, I mean, we had 24 agents come through, so which was a lot for Hayward. Tomorrow there is no broker tour because they're redoing the driveway, whatever, over there. But I don't know, it's I think that there's buyers out there, they want to buy. I think sometimes a lot of them are just kind of scared and worried, and whether it's their job or the economy or all the things that are going on in the world or their families. I really do believe that there's buyers out there who want to buy. Kind of like some of the buyers we're dealing with, you know, they're worried because if not everything is like okay, it's like, this is gonna be a scary thing. What's gonna happen?
That's true. I mean, one quick example, actually, on a listing we have currently, I was following up with an agent who showed it, and very sadly, his buyer the day before lost their job. So it definitely is a little bit more uncertainty with, I think, the economy and what's going on in the world.
You know,
And
so
Margaret, sorry, I jumped in. Did you have, sorry, anything else you wanted to share?
No, yeah, I agree with all that. And I think that, I mean, we've had some really good results lately with our listings. So I think what Louise is saying is true. There are still like a lot of buyers out there too, and we've gotten multiple offers on most of our properties. So we're talking, 4 offers on our most recent one that's going to close. So I think that there's still a lot of activity out there. Of course, we're seeing the ups and downs and ups and downs, and it's always quite hard to tell. But I still think that, I mean, it's pretty positive for the most part. I think interest rates are like pretty steady. There's not huge shifts in them. So I don't think it's going to be too much of a tumultuous summer, but we will find out.
That's true. All
so
right.
I think that's it. We didn't really talk about the interest rates. Next month, we should definitely get a interest rate update with Bill Jarvis. I think as far as I know, they're between, I don't know, 6.5 and 7, or 6.8 or something like that. But so yeah, I think they're just kind of like staying where they are. And but I mean, I think the good news for buyers, in my opinion, they have lots of choices. I mean, and there are homes that are staying on the market longer. So it just depends on where the buyers are and what they want. My idea. So I think that's it. And guess what? Pretty soon it's gonna be the first day of summer. Ta-da!
Yeah, and Father's Day and people graduating. So
Yeah.
hopefully everyone's enjoying the warmer weather, but also staying cool.
And the fair is gonna start. Fair's starting this weekend. So everybody will. And we were so lucky, we got 2 senior cards. 2 senior, I mean, this is so cool. It was so amazing. We just walked into the senior center and there's a big sign that says no fair tickets, no fair tickets. And this lady just stood up and she said, "Oh, I have 2 tickets. Would you like the 2 tickets? We're not gonna use them." Ta-da! So, hello fair, here we come.
Good for you.
Yes, that's it. Well, I think that's it, guys, for me. I think we can say goodbye, happy summer, happy vacation, happy everything that people are doing this year, and that's it, until July.
Happy July 4th, right? Because we'll see you after Independence Day. So
True,
everyone
very true. Yes.
be safe with the fireworks, have fun, enjoy your barbecues.
That's right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.